Again, welcome to Crypto Cliffnotes, right? Where you're going to get your most exclusive news, your most updated coins, investments that we're looking into. But again, we are not financial advisors, right? We are not financial advisors. We're giving you guys opinions on things that we've invested into from prior experience, from information that we're learning, education, and everything like that. This is a long term skill set, right? This is a long term investment type of game, right? If you're coming in to make a quick flip, right, we got binary options for that, right? We got Forex for that, right? But if you're looking to maybe, have your money work for you long term, right? Creating that passive income long term, with your income, right? Whether you're working a job or not, right? You can have some more passive income in your life coming from the crypto world. And, if you've been in our exclusive Telegram chat, which is in the description of that last video on YouTube, you can see what type of investments we're actually calling out. There was one week, I think it was 2 weeks ago, we called out a coin, Chainlink, and it made 80% gains in 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks, right? And like I said, we're not financial advisors, but the gains that we've received in this crypto world, not even just me, but this other individual that we have on the session with us, he's been doing this since 2017, right? He's been doing this since 2017, right? So you can only imagine the type of gains he's seeing, now that it's, 2021 and, we are in the bull market, family. We're still in the bull market. Do not be scared. Do not be afraid. Just because price is going down, right? That just means that it's a better price for us to get in, right? That's how I want you guys to look at it. Don't be, distracted by the FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Don't listen to the rumors, right? Focus on the fundamentals, and we're actually going to give you guys some fundamentals today that you guys can actually understand and take note of while we're going along in this bull run. Without further ado, guys, I'm gonna shut up. Right, I'm gonna pass it over to my cousin, the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Pat. He's someone that he's probably in my phone. I probably make calls to him more than anybody else that I ever talk to, because we're always talking about crypto. We're always talking about what's our next move, what's our next investment, what do we want to do that's going to go ahead and not just help us, but help you guys as well. How can we make videos to make sure you guys are, profiting at your highest potential and not just for us, right? So without further ado, guys, I'm going to pass it over to Pat. He's going to go ahead and introduce himself, explain a little bit about his experience so far in the game of crypto, and then we're gonna get straight to it.
Pat here. My name is Pat Kremen, Turn's cousin. So, like you said, we've been back and forth all day, every day with this stuff. That's the way this market is. It's 24/7. It's changing all the time. Like you said, I've been into this since 2017, seeing a lot of ups and downs. A lot of opportunities to make some money though. And like you said, we're not financial advisors. I'm just going to tell you a little bit about like some of how the ways I made money with some of these tokens. Actually, some of the ones we'll be talking about today, so I can just go over them. And it's definitely a big opportunity. This is like the future. It's all digital. The world's going digital. Banks are kind of getting outdated. It's a pain to go to a bank. I'm sure a lot of people want to go to the bank today to go cash their paychecks, and they decided to make a federal holiday without which is all great and everything, but it was tough that they didn't really let us know. They did it like very last second. So it's just to show you, like, if you wanted to go to a bank today, you couldn't do that. You didn't even know of this 3 days ago. But that's just an example. But meanwhile, with cryptos, I wanted to send you something right now. All I need is an address, and in a matter of seconds, maybe minutes. But it's rare it takes that long. I can give you any amount of money. You know what I mean? There's no limit. I can do a penny, I can do millions of dollars. If I have access to it, all I have to do is at a push of a button, it can be transferred. And that's the beauty of all this. It's a cool concept, and there's a lot of technology behind it, and it's steadily getting more and more interesting. So with that being said, just a quick review of the market. Today we're actually sitting at what, 1.4, just under 1.5 trillion. So we're not down too much. I think we're down about 100 billion from like our show last week, which in the crypto, that is not that much in this game. When we hit a real green, you'll probably know because if you notice every time we do the shows on Fridays, majority of the market will be in red, and that's just how this usually is. Like Fridays just seem to be red. And when I say red, that just means like market's moving down a little bit. We're not actually seeing profits, but none of the drops are really too big or significant. Like I said, this is also, like I mentioned last week, this is a good time to study different tokens. And like we'll go over today a couple of the ones that are even when the rest of this market's going down. Some of the ones we've talked about before earlier, we made videos I don't know, a week or two ago in our own videos, like they're still going. So everything else is going down. Some of these videos, tokens that we called out are assets. They're still moving up. And we're going to have another one for you today. And then we're going to review some tokens because a lot of the ones that we've been talking about, like there's always news on XRP, Ripple. So we have a little bit of update on that. And then we'll go over that coin a little bit more in depth and then also where you're going to be able to get that if you do want to obtain it. Just let you know where, how. And then from there, we'll probably go over a couple new listings that are on Coinbase. They had a few new listings this week. So we'll go over those tokens, what we think about them. And then I know Jonah has one or two that he wanted to go over. And then I think we're going to go a little bit more in depth on Bitcoin for a little bit. That's pretty much how we're going to try to go with this show. At any time, if any of you have any kind of questions for us, just drop them in the chat. We will see them and we will get to them. At the end, we always leave a little minute for Q&A, but don't always wait till the end unless you're going to write down your question. Because like when you got something on your mind, just put it out there. We'll get quick answers to you. But that also gives us stuff to feed off of. You know what I mean? If you're interested in us ever researching the token and giving us your opinion, drop that into the chat. We can do that too. It all depends on like time permitting, but that keeps it interesting. And I like to also see that people are out there looking for other assets, tokens, coins, technology that we can all invest in. And as a team, we can review this thing. Jonah, did you want to? Where do you want to hit on next?
Go into some like fundamentals first, and then kind of go um into Bitcoin and its analysis and everything like that. So I'll go ahead and share my screen with you guys real quick. Cool. So so. Like you said, it's sitting at about 1.5 trillion right now. This is very this is kind of where it's kind of been sitting between 1.4 and 1.7 the last week and a half or so. We did see a push up on Bitcoin around, I think it was like 40K, and then retrace back down. So it is in a consolidated zone. I'll say it all the time, family, right? Anytime you have a big move up, right? A big push up or a big retracement, right? It needs to rest, right? It needs to consolidate, right? Think about it like this, like a race, right? You run a 5 mile race, you're not gonna run another race right after, right? You need to rest. Same thing with these markets, right? Makes a big push up, it's gonna consolidate, right? Makes a big push down, it's also going to consolidate. And I'm actually going to go into that consolidated phase here in a minute. But yeah, so with that understanding, right, Bitcoin right now is sitting at about 35.8. Now the reason why we really want to touch up on Bitcoin first is because everything follows after Bitcoin. Once Bitcoin goes up, the altcoins, meaning like Cardano, Ripple, Stellar, Polkadot, all these different altcoins follow after Bitcoin, right? Same thing with Ethereum, right? Bitcoin and Ethereum are kind of like moving together right now. So, Ethereum right now is sitting at about 2200, right? 2200. And Bitcoin is basically dominating 45% of the market, right? It's dominating 45% of the market, meaning it owns 45% of the market cap in the crypto world, right? So there are over 10,500 coins. Of course, you can go on CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko and look up all these coins, but usually, if you're just starting, right, maybe start in the top 10, start in the top 50, top 100, just so you're not dabbing into something that you don't really know. We actually have a video on our channel to actually what to look for when you're looking into these cryptos as well. So if you guys go check out our crypto Cliffnotes channel. That'll be there as well. But I really want to go into the fundamentals, the facts, because there's a lot of FUD, right? Fear, uncertainty, and doubt, right? There's a lot of things going on out there that are going to distract you from actually making money in this crypto world. They don't want you, let me repeat myself. They do not want you to make money in the crypto world, right? They don't want you to become the 5%. There's a reason why 5% of the people are literally creating real wealth, while as 95% of the people in this world are literally working their ass off every single day, barely making $25 an hour, right? There's a reason of that, right? They don't want us to win. They don't want us to capitalize on these markets while the big players are coming in. They're scaring you, saying, oh my gosh, Bitcoin's being banned in China. It wasn't banned, they just stopped operations over there in China, right? Oh my gosh, Tesla's not accepting Bitcoin. Family, Bitcoin's been going up even before Tesla adopted Bitcoin, right? So you need to focus on the facts and blur out the rumors, right? For example, Texas, right? Texas is becoming a very big state. It is a big state, but it's becoming very, very large and looking into crypto mining, right? Same thing with Miami, right? We look into Miami, right? Miami just, came out, right? The mayor of Miami said they're going to be starting to offer cities, right? Clean nuclear power to Chinese Bitcoin miners, right? Like I just talked about before, Bitcoin was quote unquote banned in it was banned in China, right? But that's not true. They just stopped operations. They stopped mining operations because Bitcoin mining over there is very, very large over there, right? Now, just to scroll down and go over some information with Bitcoin mining concentration expanding in North America, Miami mayor is looking to position his city as a hub for crypto mining activity, right? Speaking on CNBC on Thursday, Mayer said he's inviting foreign mining companies to consider establishing data centers in the city. Family, this is huge, right? This is huge. If this actually goes through, which I do believe it's going to because the crypto world is being adopted every single day, really understand what we have here, right? Really understand that they're opening it not just to the United States, but to different countries, right? To different countries, right? Mayor Suarez has previously weighed in on the issue, claiming back in March that 90% of Bitcoin mining was from quote unquote dirty energy, right? Which is another rumor, right? But now instead of focusing on the problem, he's trying to find a solution. By using cheap, clean energy and crypto friendly regulations, Miami may compete with other emerging mining destinations in Texas and Wyoming, right? So not only Miami, we got Texas and now Wyoming, right? So it's becoming much, much larger as we go along, even in different countries like Panama, right? Look at Panama, right? Look at Panama. Give me 1 second. Look at Panama, right? Panama is set to join Bitcoin market, Tron, which is another crypto that we're invested into. Definitely look into that, to open office in El Salvador, right? So Panama, they saw that El Salvador was adopting, right? It's becoming a currency over there, right? Now Panama wants to hop on board, right? So it's kind of like a trickle, right? It's going in one country to another, to another, to another, right? So it's like a domino effect, right? Now I want to go into something real quick and kind of show you guys. Hopefully it didn't go away, right? I got this on Twitter, Altcoin Daily. I saw this post, right? I saw this post, and basically what it was explaining, right, was basically all the rumors, quote unquote rumors they were saying about Bitcoin, right? In 2010, no one uses it, right? 2012, only computer nerds use it. 2013, only drug dealers use it. 2014, only money launderers use it. 2017, only gamblers use it. 2019, only a small percentage of population uses it. 2020, only small companies use it. 2021, only small countries use it. Right? So think about it. Is the United States a small country? No. Right? Is China a small country? No, right? US and China have two of the highest populations in the whole entire world, right? So if these two countries are already using it, you can really only imagine what it's gonna be in the next 3, 4, 5 years, right? So overall, what I'm really wanting to get at, what I really want to get at is that let's focus on the facts, right? Let's focus on taking out the FUD, right? Fear, uncertainty, doubt. Don't be scared, right? I know you might be new, you might be old, you might be in this game for years, right? But understand this is part of the game, right? Pat, for example, answer this question, right? In 2017, or even through your experience all the way up until now, has there been has there been major dips like there just was over 50%?
Oh yeah, big dips. Well, last went from 20,000 to 3,000. Bitcoin took a massive dip. That's all part of this game. That's why you have to take profits, and that's why you have to stay up to date on these kind of shows. And what we're checking into. We'll take care of doing research and market tips, giving these updates. Right now, like you said, it's moving sideways. If you feel if anything, it's gonna start going up. One thing I want to like touch base on that you just were talking about, like the kind of trickle effect. How this is growing seems like slow, but how big actually like one country hopping on board with this is going to be. Um, so like here's one thing you got to realize that I don't think a lot of people don't realize. By just this one country joining, once their country makes that a legal tender, that then will mean that it's going to have to be accepted in all the businesses. Like if that's the country's legal tender, you're going to have to accept it. Well, therefore, any major franchise, Walmart, anything that belongs in that country will now have to figure out how to adapt and take that as part of their money. So not only is this like big for other countries looking in, it is making big corporations, your Walmart, your who knows of 7-Eleven, but I'm sure they have big corporations, huge franchises that are global that now they're going to have to either leave that country or they're going to have to figure out a way to accept this. Once they start accepting it in one country, I know for me, I have multiple businesses. One thing, if I learn like if I find out at first businesses are only taking cash, right? That's how it all started. Nobody wanted to start taking credit cards right away. And then people come out with the Square and people don't accept the Square. I pretty much make sure I can accept money any single way you want to pay me. If you have money, I want to be able to get it. So most big businesses are the same way. That's why they go global. Look at Walmart. You know what I mean? Like they're all over because why get money in just one state when you can start if you know you can get it everywhere? Well, it's the same thing with this kind of technology. Now, they're going to be the first one to do it. Like I said, that's just going to basically open Pandora's box because whatever first big corporation goes, it might not be like your Walmart or something. It might be something else. It might be a smaller guy that's like not necessary. But as soon as that Walmart even sees that guy starting to catch up on their level, they have no choice but to adapt to that. They're going to come on board. I mean, it's happening. You can just look at it. Like, look at the growth from 10 years ago. Just look at Bitcoin's chart from 10 years ago to now. I mean, I think you could have bought Bitcoins for 50 cents back in, it might have been 11 years ago. But 50 cents, they were at $60,000 this year. Like, that's insane. And that's just the beginning of this. Like, we're just seeing like the tip of the iceberg. This is going to get big. And having these countries come aboard, like I said, what you were saying, it's a big thing, like especially for headlines. But I don't even think I feel like they're touching on the topics that like once it is a legal tender, any country that does business with them and stuff like that, if they want to do business with them, they have to accept it. So that being said, it's It's definitely you're gonna, I would think, see the snowball effect. And considering what El Salvador is the first, just imagine how big this snowball can get. I mean, like you would think that Bitcoin, because it's at what's it at today? 35,000, somewhere around there. People are like, it's too much money for a Bitcoin, and it's like, I don't know. I read something with Warren Buffett one time that when his when Berkshire Hathaway was sitting at like $50,000 for a share, people are like, no way, it's too much money. Why would I put my money into it? These things are like, I think, over $250,000 now. It's like, would you have bought one now if I told you it's going to be $250,000? Well, it's the same kind of concept. Like, you believe in this technology, we are at the bottom of that snowball. It's going to steadily roll and roll and roll. And like you said, wait until like the United States or China or one of them fully adapt on this. It's game over. It's gonna, then you're gonna say, damn, I should have bought it back then. You still have time. And like, while this market's moving sideways, this is the best time, in my opinion, to collect. I mean, if you can catch the dips, you always want to do that. Trying to figure out the bottom or the top, that's damn near impossible. That's why, I mean, slowly say, take them profits here and there. But this is one, like, if you can wait out, I mean, they say basically like anybody that was investing 5 years ago, just 5 years ago, depending on how much money you put in, if you had a decent amount, you're a multi-millionaire now. I mean, like Ethereum, I think was at that point $25. Bitcoin was at like $500 or $600. It's everything is just, and it's like I said, it's just they're predicting Bitcoin to possibly go to seven figures. And they're saying Ethereum could surpass that. So Ethereum could go all the way up to 25, 85,000. I mean, I've seen all different kinds of projections. I'm not really a technical guy. I've never studied charts or anything. I'm like slowly trying to learn that stuff a little bit. But I kind of just, like I said, I go off of my experience so far. Like I said, I've done this since 2017, was looking into it a little bit earlier. And just that 1 year, 2016 is when I started looking into it. 2017 is when I purchased. I got into Bitcoin at like $3,000. Just that 1 year wait though, there was $600. It's like, even then I was like, man, 600, is it even going to go much higher than 3,000? And it's like every time I'm like doubting myself, and it's now to the point after seeing that huge climb and then that next little dip, and now we're on the next rise. I'm not missing out again. It's not going to happen. So right now I am, whenever I can, like doing extra stuff, getting extra money instead of spending it on something stupid. I'm looking at it as an opportunity to possibly like brighten my future and make it a very relaxing future. My portfolio is getting bigger and bigger all the time. It's looking good. It was looking a lot better about 2 months ago. Um, but I project this next one's going to be big. Like, we hit a normal bull run, everything should at least 10x. It's a solid project. So I mean, that's just, and we're slow. We're every day, or not every day, but every week, we will go over some tokens. Like you said, we're not buying for advisors. These are ones you might want to look into and maybe collect on some of these. And Ethereum is always going to be one you would like to, or at least I try to stack onto. That is a super long-term project. There's a lot of projects built on Ethereum. So for Ethereum to tank, a lot of projects would have to tank. So like these lead coins, we talked about Cardano, which is ADA, stuff like that. That's a newer technology that's building. But when they're the building blocks, not just like the stuff that's going on the building blocks, they're going to be a really good long-term opportunity. Like I was saying, Bitcoin, you invested it then at 50 cents, then $300, even $3,000. You open up your portfolio today, you would be very happy. You know what I mean? And that's going to be probably more than likely, unless something crazy would happen, that's going to be the case in 5 years from now. I mean, it runs into like 5 year swings. And then in between, I'm not saying you could take 10 extra portfolio in a matter of 2 months, because with cryptos, as soon as somebody talks big stuff, it can jump a lot. That's why you also have to, like, Elon Musk goes back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, which is so crazy. But now these people are starting to realize how much he goes back and forth. So his opinion, not that it doesn't matter, he's a very smart guy, obviously.
Um, but it doesn't have as big of a reflection on the market, whether it would go up or down. Some of the stuff he says, like he was out of Bitcoin. The Tesla first, it was they were going to accept it, then they're not accepting it. And now he said once Bitcoin is 50% green, then he'll accept it. I think Bitcoin's pretty much 50% green now, so I think he kind of knew that 50% mark. That's why he threw that out there because there's no denying the technology. Every big business, we went over what we were saying. I think Dallas Mavericks are going to start taking cryptos. They're going to work with NFTs. This is going to be the future, and this is why we're here. Jonah, what token do you want to start going over with
Yeah,
first?
real quick before we get to that, I just wanted to share something. Real quick, I wanted to share this picture just going off of like going into, you talking about Bitcoin and everything like that. Give me 1 second, let me move this over. 1 second. All right, cool.
And we can get to Michael's, but that's actually we'll be touching base on that. We have plans on touching on at least Shiba,
Yeah,
and
definitely,
that
definitely.
and a little bit down the road.
Definitely, definitely.
January.
Yeah. So, with that understanding, with what you're talking about Bitcoin, I mean, just, look at these price changes all the way from 2010 to now, or even just to 2020, right? You look at August 2010, 6 cents, 2011, 30, back at the end of the year, dropped down to $2, right? So it was always going up, coming back down, going up, coming back down, going up, coming back down. That 2017 from 19,000 all the way down to 3,400, that's a big dip. That's over 82% dip, right? And everyone's scared. I mean, I don't even think it went below 60%. So like we said, don't be scared. Hold those coins. If, maybe you're down on your investment, buy a little bit more, right? What was that term called?
Cost average.
Cost average, right? Cost average. You buy at lower prices, it goes up. You take a lesser loss, or you're down a little bit less because you bought it at lower prices, right? So
Right.
don't just, oh my gosh, it's going down, sell. No, no, like look at prices like 6 cents. Think about like right now, you refresh this, we're at about 35, 36,000, right? Refresh this, right? From 3,800 to now, it went up to 62K, right? So with that understanding, that's way more than 100% gain, way more, right? So with that understanding, right, you got to look at these prices and be like, okay, well, it's got to come back down, and then it got to go back. It has to go back up, right? What goes up must come back down, right? With bigger pushes has bigger retracements. With bigger levels, there's bigger opportunity, there's bigger responsibility. It's just like life, right? So with that understanding, I kind of wanted to go to the chart and then we can get straight to those coins. Don't want to hold you guys too long. Um, but with the Bitcoin, um, chart, if it loads for me, I really want to touch up on just these consolidated zones, right? Kind of, diving deeper into the consolidated zones, understanding, okay, what is it doing inside of these consolidated zones? Is it just moving sideways? Yes, it's moving sideways, but there's certain movements inside of these consolidated zones. For example, distribution and accumulation, right? Accumulate or distribution, right? Distribution. Let's go to distribution real quick. All right, distribution. It drops down to a certain level. What did I say? Right? Or sorry, accumulation. It drops down to a certain point in the market, right? It's a certain percentage that it drops or retraces, and then what does it do? It rests. It consolidates, right? You're gonna see patterns like this. Look it into accumulation, right? That'll come down and it'll play inside of this zone, and then it'll make that big fat move down and then start moving up again, right? Kind of like what it's doing right now in Bitcoin, right? It made that fat move down, touched down to like 30,000, and now it's starting to move back up. It's not loading, but you guys get the gist, right? Comes back down to these zones, right? Starts consolidating, and then it starts moving back up. I believe right now, I think we're in, if you're seeing phase A, B, C, D, and E, I believe we're around that phase C range right now, right? So That's just my opinion, right? Now, same thing works with distribution. It goes up to a certain point, right? It went up to 62K, consolidated a little bit, dropped down 40, 50, 60%, right? So these markets move in cycles, right? These markets move in cycles. Don't worry about, getting in at the perfect price. There's no perfect price, right? You never know if it's going to go lower, you never know if it's going to go higher, right? You just got to pay attention to the facts, right? The facts with, adoption, right? All around the world, in the United States, in Panama, in Australia, right? Different countries looking into it. You also got to be aware of the rumors, right? Because we know what Elon Musk tweets. We know what these bigger players and institutions are tweeting about Bitcoin, the news. Of course, the news is going to tell you not to invest in a crypto, that it's a scam. Of course, they're going to say that. They lie to you every day. For example, you look at, phase D and E. This is when big players are starting to, create that FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. It's going down. Oh my gosh, I'm selling my Bitcoin. Oh my gosh, I'm selling my Bitcoin. Oh my gosh, I'm selling my Bitcoin. Boom. That's when they buy. Observe the masses, do the opposite. Remember that. Write that down. Right. So that's all I really wanted to, more so touch up on the, on that side of things. I really wanted you guys to understand, why we're looking at it the way we are. Fundamentals, the analysis side. He's more so the fundamentals. I just really started diving deeper into fundamentals, but I also am getting in. I've been, trading in the foreign exchange market. I've been trading binary. I've been trading all these different markets, so I know how the analysis works on things. I know how, price action and, when the banks are starting to get in markets. I understand that stuff. So we're combining those things together, right? And also putting into play the fundamentals behind everything. Did you see that question where they said, thoughts on altcoins like Doge, Sheep? Is it worth investing or no? You want to go ahead and answer that question real quick?
Yeah, and then I'll even throw in while we do that. So, basically, what we've been saying. So, the easiest way, especially in the U.S., to get your tokens, or the most common exchanges, the two biggest are Coinbase, and then you have Binance US. They're the two biggest exchanges. So whenever they list tokens, that's when you're going to see stuff go up sometimes, especially the big ones. Like if something's brand new listed Binance, not necessarily Binance US, but on these sites, you can go to Binance US. That's where you're going to download. That's where you can basically get the app for Binance, and you can get on the United States version.
Um, you used to just to be one when I was 2017, like it was way easier to get on these exchanges. You kind of just sign up. You didn't have to give IDs. You didn't have to give anything. You had access to every token there was. It was really cool. And then they saw people making a lot of money. Then they were worried about people not paying taxes. So, especially in the US, they want to know when we make money, which is whatever. We got to pay taxes. We got to pay taxes. We live in this country. We're used to it. That being said, by running, like Binance is the biggest in the world. Now you have to go on Binance US in order to purchase tokens and acquire stuff like that. But you can still go on Binance's exchange. So you could go on Binance, I think it's Binance.com, check out Binance's exchange. You won't be able to trade on that, but you can find out, you can read into stuff like newly listed tokens that are going to be newly listed. And that's where you can sometimes hit big home runs. So what you're doing is, that's, like I said, that is the biggest exchange. So when you can find out, hey, this coin's going to be on here. Now they do list a lot. That's why they are the biggest. But there's certain tokens that in coins, it's weird. Like you'll have stuff that has just been created and they'll pop up on every exchange. You'll have technology that has been around since 2017 and you still can't get it on certain exchanges. Like he was talking about Tron before. Tron you cannot get in the US right now. Like we can get it, like if you go through KuCoin, pick up Tron. Tron is TRX if anyone's interested. That is basically like, I believe that's going to be, it is this guy. So the creator is this guy, Justin Sun. I believe it's his vision of like the new internet. He his token's been around for, I know, since I has since 17, and it's still here. It's still talked about. You can see it's still making headlines, but for some reason you can't get it here. And just so the Shiba Inu, that's what the question is about. Doge. Doge just got listed 2 weeks ago. As soon as Doge did, which and we I do not, I don't buy those tokens. Like from the very beginning, I wish I would have bought. I wish I would have definitely had Doge because I could have bought them at, I want to say like 0.002. But even then, they even told you like this is a meme coin. This is not like based on any kind of technology. But when big names start talking about it, you saw what that thing did. It went from, like I said, it was a fraction of a penny all the way up to, I think it made it up to like 60 some cents. Now it's back down. But that just shows you like whether there's technology or not. There's enough social media and other style platforms that can pump these tokens. Like you just need the right celebrities to talk about certain stuff, and kids or other followers, they're going to go buy it. Whether it's legit or not, they're going to go buy it. And that being said, like I have no plans on buying Shiba. Zero. A month ago, I'd have loved to buy it. Just about it and all this stuff was going on. But technology wise, I haven't checked into it. Dogecoin I haven't looked much into, and I'm not that interested in them. I want stuff that like big names are partnering with and technology that like they can explain to me and I see a future for. I don't like just like, all right, well, it's the meme coin. I'm not putting my money into that. Now, if you tell me I can get that when it first comes out the day of, you tell me in 2 weeks that's going to be on some major headline, I'll buy some of them with the full intention of the second I start making a decent profit, I'm selling. Zero intention of holding long term. That's how I would play that. That's how I would do it. So I have no intentions of stacking either one of those tokens. I'm not saying you can't make money on them though. I'm sure if I haven't checked the charts, but like Shiba just got listed either. So on Coinbase, 3 tokens got listed. Just talked about the other one 1 or 2 videos ago. It was the symbol for it is CHZ. That was like, I think that was Chile, right? And that follows that's a sports technology, I believe. And then they have Shiba Inu. That's the one the question was about. Their symbol was SHIB. And then there was one called the Keep Network. And that's KEEP. That could be a big project. That one has some technology behind it. I don't have any of that. The only one out of those 3 that I'm definitely going to look into pretty good and might start acquiring is the CHZ. Do you want to can you pull that up real quick?
Yeah, I got you. My bad.
So I guess I could have done it. I'm thinking.
Yeah, you're good. I got you. You can see my screen. You're good.
It's yup, yeah.
All right, cool. So,
Just so they see where it's at, with the symbols actually look like. We just do 3 out of CHC,
yeah. Yep.
But yeah, so like Shiba Inu, Dogecoin, they're not the kind of things I'm going into. Like I said, not saying there's people that made a fortune off this. Like I said, I would have loved to have been one of them, but I wasn't. I don't plan to follow that stuff. But that's one good way, and that is one thing I always listen to. Is like when tokens are coming out on those exchanges, Coinbase, Binance, KuCoin, like. So on the site he's on CoinMarketCap, you can see the top exchanges too. Like this is the top currencies that he has up on the screen. You can scroll right over to the next tab, and it goes up to check out the exchanges and everything. And whenever those top exchanges are listing stuff, they have so many people on there. They're gonna move the token, especially if it's something people have been looking for. Like I can promise you, if everything goes good with the SEC, with this court case with XRP with Ripple, you're gonna see that token go it's going to go up. There's no doubt. It's going to at least go back to its all-time high. I mean, it's inevitable. There's so many people that were talking about it, and it just everything's on hold because of this court case, and the court case just got pushed to like October. But we'll get into that one in a second. But like, here's the one we just went over, and like this is going to be more or less something I would look at. Like that's what rank number 50. So I like dealing with like top 100. I mean, if you see there's what 10,000 different cryptos. I like fooling with the top 100. Then the newer technology that's built on it. Now those I will go with like the rank 1,000, 2,000. I don't care what the rank is. Something that's not on major. That I'll just go off of what projects there are on, which ones they work. This is one if you want to go back and check out our video. We went over this for a little bit. And then show them just so they can also see how quick one of those meme coins are called. This isn't necessarily a pump and dump, but I mean, you even made a lot off of that.
Yeah, I literally only put like, I'm not a big meme coin person myself, but when it was being talked about, I was like, might as well. I mean, I took the money, I put in $30, made 1,000.
Yeah, like you can see like go down to the chart to show like where it was a month, not a month. Say like before that spike. How low could you have bought that? Say in like March.
That was like
It's so cheap.
50.50 is 156. So that's actually where I was actually buying it at, and then it shot up, and I literally took my profit at the top, and then it boom. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know how good you can get with a perfect example of a pump and dump.
Go to a 1 week chart, 7-day, just to see if Coinbase did kind of do anything. Because like I said, it just got released on Coinbase this week. So
It was like 2 days ago, right?
yeah, so usually like Fridays, like I said, everybody's gonna get paid, and usually by Saturday, Sunday, the market's back to green.
Yep.
Especially when it's somewhat sideways, where we're not going.
I mean, I think it actually got released yesterday or today, if I'm not mistaken. Shoot, I'll even check right now.
It
But
wasn't on this raise right there on the 15th.
it didn't.
On that spike.
It's still you still can't trade it on Coinbase yet. I just looked.
No.
Nope, not yet. But it will be out. It said
Wait,
sometimes
Coinbase or Coinbase Pro?
it might be I'll check Coinbase Pro. Here, let me
Then
check.
it's called. Then that I mean that's they just announced it, so that one is coming out. Shiba's coming out, and then Keep Network. That's on there. I already saw that one on mine. I didn't look at Shiba because, like I said, that's one I don't plan on buying.
What was the other one?
Keep KEEP.
Spell it again.
KEEP. Yup, right there. Keep Network.
I don't even know what that is.
I think that runs with new or super down maybe.
And it just got released on Coinbase.
What's that?
Just released on Coinbase.
Yep.
So I mean, it made its move. It went from like 25 cents. It's a nice little double up, 62%. It's a nice little 2x right there.
I mean, that's yeah, that's not too bad.
And another one that just came out, I actually just made a video on. I'll be dropping that here today. Polkadot. That just came out on Coinbase as well.
Yeah.
Polkadot is the project. The coin for it is DOT. It's actually ranked number 9. You guys are gonna get some great information in that video. So we're not gonna. Yeah, this is one that we've been stacking. Sitting at about $20 right now. But this is a great project. I'll be dropping that video today, so you guys will get some great information on that. But did you have anything else? Anything else that you wanted to
Not on like those, but if you want to real quick, just click on just Ripple real quick. Talk about that for a second.
Okay, yeah, I got you.
So let me just real quick. Ripple's the business. XRP is basically going to be the token that we're going to post. So what we're going to talk about right now is XRP. That's how you're going to find it. Ripple is so Ripple supposedly might be going public also. So like if you're more into stock exchange, um, you can purchase. I believe Ripple. They're talking about going public. I think I was pretty much. I think Ripple's 15 cents, something like that. That was one of my first. That was like one of my bigger scores, like in terms of like tokens that I invested into. Bitcoin's always been, but I have zero intention to sell my Bitcoin. Ethereum's same thing. Like I'm not getting rid of this one. I've like taken good profits off of. So I was purchasing that at 15 cents, and I believe it's went all the way up to what, like a good $3, $4.
Yeah.
Scroll down here.
Yeah. It was like
Yeah, 3 and change.
it was like 4, 3.
Yeah, and I actually caught me and my buddy on this call. We caught pretty much the top on that.
What were you buying it at?
We did.
What was your average
What's
price?
that?
Where were you picking them
I was
up at?
getting them at like 15 cents quarter. Like that's where I was buying them. I was just
Sheesh.
So I mean that was a pretty decent one, and then I saw it dip, but also so back then. Now there's a lot other ways to purchase these assets, these tokens, these coins. 17 it wasn't there. You could get on tons of exchanges, but there weren't always on these exchanges. And there was no Binance US. So like Coinbase was the biggest talked about one. So when something got listed on Coinbase, it made a huge effect there. And XRP did get on Coinbase, and it's like you can still see it on their thing. You just can't purchase it. So like I have in my records of me purchasing from them. So I have in my Coinbase wallet, I have XRP that I bought from Coinbase. You cannot go and do that right now. If you sold it to me once, they won't sell it to me until this court case's over. So I mean, as soon as this court case happened with this SEC, that is when this stuff dropped. That is the reason XRP dropped. But XRP, what it is like it's basically what they call, I guess, like Swift now. It's payments, and it moves fast, like 3 seconds. Like big corporations could move millions, billions of dollars for fractions of what they're paying right now. I mean, probably like only a matter of dollars when you're talking millions and billions. You know what I mean? Like you go get a money order right now, you're probably paying $1. And that's for no matter what you get. If you get a $5 money order, you're paying $1. Can you imagine you only paying $1, $1 billion? If you're a business, when banks take a huge portion of that and stuff like that to move it, and your money's secure, and like I said, it's damn near instantaneous. I don't know how many of you ever tried to like wire something or write a check or any of that stuff where it's got to clear and it's got to be approved and all that kind of stuff. And it can hold stuff up forever. You know what I mean? Like the bank wants to put your check on hold or your paycheck, they can put it on hold. They can't do that with it. There is no, as long as it's decentralized, you can't do that with this. It doesn't work that way. That's this technology. That's why banks need to hop on board real quick. They're gonna be left in dust. We better figure out a way to work around this or with this if they're smart. Because I don't see this going anywhere. And like I said, I would much rather have that money go right into my, and it moves quick. Like if I sell my tokens on any of my exchanges, I can transfer it right just as quick as the bank will get it out. I can get it back into my account. Like it'll leave, the exchanges will send your money out right away. They do not hold your money or anything like that. So like where people say, "Oh, can you get it back into your account to actually spend the money that you make and stuff?" That's not an issue at all. Now certain exchanges are offering like debit cards or credit, like that basically you just swipe and you pick which token you're selling. And they sell off that way. They're even offering lines of credit now with certain tokens. One thing I do want to say, so anybody that is actually like wants to like safest way, And I just did my first one actually this or last week. So it's called staking. So what you do with that is you basically can get a token that is going to be called a stable coin, or you can even do it with some cryptos. So you put your money in the bank, think you're going to get like your APR is going to be like point zero, like somewhere between 0.02, 0.05. You'll get less than 1% in an entire year. So you got $100 in the account for an entire year. Bank's gonna give you about a quarter, maybe 50 cents if you're lucky. The whole year for them using their money. Like they act like they're just storing our money. They're using our money. They're lending our money out to everyone else. That's what they do. That's why they're in business. Now that we've eliminated banks, now you can just see how much they make. Like for example, I took one of my tokens and it was called staking. So I locked it up. I allow them to use it to run the network. I could pick my term. They let me pick like a month, 3 months, 12 months. And depending on how long I left it with them, I get a higher rate. So like I said, with a bank, you get 0.012. The one I just put mine in is 12%. So I'm getting 12% interest. So I'm getting a full 1% every single month return. And what's cool is these pay out daily. So I have crypto. I don't have what's called the stable coin. So the stable coin rides $1. It's always going to be $1. Any token you see, it's always $1. There's a few of them. Tether, USDC, they're always going to be $1. They run just with $1. Those you can almost always put into a staking account. You'll get anywhere from 8 to 12% also. So like if you just wanted to even say you have your money in your bank account, you'd be better off transferring it into an exchange. Let the exchange use your money for that year or whatever. The same way you would put in a savings account, or if you buy a CD or anything like that. You'll get that same kind of return where you're going to get paid, per year based on the year, but at percentages where bank is taking your money and lending that, you're getting all that. You're getting that 8, 12%. Some of them, like last week, Jeremy was saying, they go up to like 40%. Now they're going to be a lot higher risk, and nothing is guaranteed with any of these. But on the stable coins, if you know you've got, figure every $100 is going to be 12 compared to the bank giving you a 40. So I mean, if you had millions of dollars, if you had $1 million sitting in a bank account, you're not making the money. If you have it sitting in a crypto account, million, you're going to be making at 12%. You're making $120,000 a year just for your money sitting in cryptos compared to a bank, which is going to probably pay you $500. It's a joke. And that's the beauty of this. So that's one thing you can always do. So like if you're nervous on tokens going up or down too quick, look into what's called a stable coin. Find a platform with staking. I'll make sure a lot of the exchanges, so like Coinbase will allow staking now. Now they'll take a little chunk because they're a big exchange. So I think they're offering like 6 to 8%. That's still a ton better than the bank. So anyone that's like wants to test the waters, I would suggest looking into maybe stable coins and looking into what's called staking then. And like I said, you will get a higher return. The way I do it is I like staking some of my tokens. I'm planning on this like nice bull run going on. So not only am I getting free tokens every single day, I look into my account, I either end up the one I have enough where I get half a token every single day. So every other day I have a brand new token. All these free tokens at the end of the year. This thing goes 10x. My 12% profit now went to 120%. My interest basically. That amount just went up that much more money. So that I look at it as rather than just let it some of the stuff. Now I do keep my wallets like what we're given. I'll keep like I was contemplating staking Ethereum. I don't know if I'm gonna do that. There's a lot. I think that to get good rates, you have to lock up for a while until it upgrades, which they're saying could be years. But I might even do that because, like I said, I have no interest in selling my Ethereum. But anything else we put on our hardware wallets. That's just a safe play. If you guys just wanted to test the waters with crypto, be very safe. Look into stable coins, USDC, Tether, stake them, and you can get a return on that. But that's just one thing I want to let you know. Like, that's another way just to show you where like banks are just going to be obsolete. And why are you going to give them the opportunity to lend your money? You can basically lend it out and get the money that they're getting paid to be in existence. You are the bank. And that's the beauty of this. But yeah, Ripple. So like I said, that's when you're going to look into XRP. That you can purchase right now on KuCoin. You cannot get that on Coinbase. You cannot get that on Binance US. You can get it on some of the swaps. So any of the swaps that we've told you about, those you can get them on. You're going to pay a little bit more of a premium. So KuCoin would be your best bet, and then transfer that off in some type of wallet that you would have, or you can always install a wallet. There's Trust Wallet, leave that with Ripple.
Exodus.
So Exodus. So both of those are like wallets you can install. Trust has an app for the phone. I don't know if Exodus does, but I use both of those wallets because, like I said, I like to pull my stuff off of the foreign exchange just in case something would happen. Or say they shut down the exchange ain't gonna be allowed to let you access it. Then you could be in a little bit of a pinch. The United States exchanges, they're kind of, I think they're back with insurance, so that's why the U.S. does what they do and makes us sure what we have, but at least we have kind of security. So those I feel a lot more comfortable keeping my tokens on. But Ripple, if everything goes right, I think their court date right now is supposed to be for October. They're saying it could get pushed to 2022. Basically, everything's on the SEC's end right now, so it's looking good for XRP. And knowing that we have until October and this thing's sitting under 99 cents, and we've already seen it go up to like 350, that's one that you could almost just every week, every month, just wire a little bit. That's what I do with these, like, especially at times like this. You're not going to necessarily be able to make a lot of money the next month or two. But if you slow stack right now and you open up that portfolio or that wallet, like that's what I was telling Tony the other day. So I keep a couple of things on exchanges. I keep a couple of wallets. Some of the exchanges I look at every day. Small wallets, I'll wait. I'll wait till I see till this next bull run. I don't care if it's 2 months, 3 months. I'm not going into that, logging onto that wallet. And when I do that bull run, I click on it, and then it's like that usually puts a good smile on my face. You see your numbers go big. I mean, I just saw, like, because I have so many different exchanges. So like I said, 17, it was so easy. So I logged on everything. I had my one account in 1 year went from 5,000 up to 85. Like, and that's just one of them. Like, they'll jump that fast in a matter of a year. $5,000 to 85,000. Like, that's good money. I mean, if you have 50 grand, I think $850,000. So it's like I like opening wallets every now and then, like the ones that have bigger chunks for my long-term holds. It just gets a little exciting that way. But that is a token, like I said, that would be on KuCoin. Is the only thing, can you put on there? Do you know KuCoins.com or .io?
KuCoin is just KuCoin, so you can either get the app or you can just go to KuCoin.com.
Or actually, real quick, so your safest bet
here on CoinMarketCap, same thing it'll be on CoinGecko. Go to the exchanges, right? Anything that we're talking about, there we go. So anything we're talking about right here, if you click directly on these, you'll definitely go to the right one. So like we were just talking about KuCoin, rather than me tell you the wrong .io, .com, something like that, you can go right to their site. Now, this is for every token we told you before. If you ever want to research anything, just go to that asset, go to that exchange, and from right there, you just click on KuCoin. And then from here, you can go right to your logins. Well, it's taking a second. But this is going to be the site if you want to get XRP that I would recommend, unless you want to use a swap. If you're using a swap, what you want to do for that, you got to go check out our other videos. I'm not getting into all that, but one thing you want to just be mindful of is up at the very top. We've told you this in other videos. These gas fees. This is going to be like kind of never use a swap. This is going to determine how much you're paying in fees. The higher this number is, the more the fee is. When we hit that crazy, I think it was the last big dip, it's all the way up to like in the hundreds. Like you were paying like 100, 200. Now this don't necessarily coincide, like just says because it says 24, don't mean it's gonna be $24. At 24, it's probably gonna be like a $10 to $15 fee, which is kind of pricey, but for certain, you're just paying a premium to get. But just like this will change throughout us being on here. if you watch this for an hour, it'll jump from 20 to 35. A good price, like you'll find throughout the weeks. Earlier this week, we were still seeing it single digits. I think I did a swap earlier this week. It cost me like $3, which is the cheapest I've paid for swapping out some tokens. But since you can go to KuCoin, it's going to be easier to take a token, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and transfer that over to KuCoin, and then purchase your XRP, and then take your XRP and bring it back to your wallet. We did all videos. So we basically have videos on all these little things, like we said, about creating the wallets. So you can just check out our YouTube channel. We will have that. And like you said, we also are on, we're pretty much on most social media. So definitely follow us, because this is only our show that we do, twice a week right now. But on that, we're pretty much every day. And I think we'll try to bump up the Instagram a little bit more. But definitely follow us. And like I said, this is how basically you're going to want to be the safest bet for getting on your sites. Just go to the actual CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko. What else you got?
Nothing really. I mean, what I can do real quick is give him the little hidden gem. Give him the little hidden gem of the week. Yeah, give him the little hidden, I guess you would say, gems.
XRP's one too, though. Thanks.
Yeah, but while you have your screen up,
Stop sharing. You want to take it? Go ahead. What do you want?
yeah, just pull up Theta.
Fuel?
Theta.
Theta or T-Fuel?
Pull up Theta first.
Alright.
So Theta's a really good one. We have a video on that as well. We literally, anything we're talking about today, we mainly have a video on. But Theta is one that's actually been moving up really, really good. My average rate, I really just recently heard about it from Pat and his brother. They were telling me about this with, many, many great individuals, the individuals behind it. Definitely go check out that video if you want to, learn more about it. But it's sitting at about like $8.78. I think this is still a steal. Just to get back, what was its highest price?
The highest.
I think it was like 13 or 14.
1590.
15. Okay, so like where it's at right now,
16.
that's a 2x right there. Right? I mean, this is a great coin with great potential. I mean, while everything's been dropping, this one, and if you want to pull up the other one, Theta Fuel.
Here, just real quick to show you what you're actually just about to say. All everything else you see is red, 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 red. You can go to the 7-day chart on this one. And if you look at the top ones, this is actually one he's about to have you pull up. It's up 2%. And this is the one he was talking about. Even in the down market, this one's still up another 11%. So that was Theta. Like I said, he's got the video on that. You can check that out. Now he's going to do a little update.
Yeah, Theta Fuel. So that's basically what fuels Theta, right? So this is like,
Here's the easiest way.
your gas, right? Yeah. So Theta Fuel is a second token on the Theta blockchain that serves as the utility in decentralized video and data delivery, right? So a lot of that's going to be towards like game streaming, as we know that's pretty big right now. It also acts as a gas token. This means that it's used to power all operations on the Theta blockchain, like payments to relayers, for sharing a video stream, for deploying and interacting with smart contracts, and as fees associated with transacting NFTs and DeFi applications. So it's not just a coin, right? It's deeper than just a coin that's backed behind game streaming and that such, right? It's also going to be into the NFT world. Definitely, if you've never heard that word, definitely look that up. That's going to be very, very large in the next couple years. It's kind of already large. But right now this coin's sitting at about 58 cents. It's already up about 4 to 5% today. I mean, as you can see the chart right here, it's just been up. So this is something.
Earlier this year it was 2 cents.
2 cents. 2 cents. That's crazy, right?
And so not to cut you off, but so just real quick on that. So the T fuel, what I showed you before up here for this gas fee for Ethereum. You pay that gas fee, you're taking it out for Ethereum. What's cool is Theta is a huge project. Go check out his video. It shows it is a huge project. It's a big up and coming project. What's cool about this one is it's not gonna run without the fuel. So where you saw that project keep dipping, you can already see that this is built. But in order for data, that's why I also like if you not to like jump off board, but like Binance Coin, BNB, like Binance Coin is the fees that you pay Binance exchange rate. Their tokens are through the roof now. They went from like $8 to $600. So the fuel tokens they can be very profitable. And right now, 58 cents. It's not bad. You can see it is up high for its all time. Like data the project just getting it's start going live with all the starting projects. Everything's starting to grow. That's why. Go check out his video. That is a thing. You put the YouTube link in so I don't type it wrong.
Yeah, I got you. I'm doing it right now. I had to join on my phone real quick. Yeah, I'm doing it right now.
Yeah, so Theta Fuel, T Fuel, that's TFUEL. That's another one. That's one like I said, I know I didn't get in as early as my brother. He didn't get in necessarily T Fuel as early as he wanted to. I know that. He was picking these up, I think, at like 10, 20 cents. The other Theta he was doing, he didn't make early. That was a project he's always liked. But like I said, there's so many of them, so it's like it's hard money's not endless, you know what I mean? Like I don't have that much that I can invest in every single project there is. So I pick and choose, but this is a great one. This is definitely a good one. I think that's going to be kind of pretty much it for going over, unless you want to touch more on Theta. You guys have any kind of questions for us or any tokens you would possibly want us to maybe check out for Monday's show? That we could review, and if you do, you don't necessarily have to drop it right now. You can like go on our Telegram, you can go on our Instagram, and let us know there. And like I said, that'll give us time to actually go a little bit more in depth. And if it's a project that we actually like, end up liking, we'll make an entire video about that down the road. So,
Polygon, yeah, I like that one. I like
that's a
that
good
one.
project. That was when we were talking about making a video, so maybe we'll do that one. We can go over just real quick. That changed. That changed names. So yeah, it used to be called Matic Network. So like when I was looking at it, it used to be Matic. Now they changed to Polygon. But this is definitely a project that you can see like it was 2 cents. And it was $2.40. Huge gains on something like that. And like I said, a lot of these projects 10,000. Like 99% of them are going to fail. You're not going to make money with it. You held them long term. That being said, in that 99%, you will also be able to make a fortune up and down at certain times. With stuff like this, though, you find the right project, you got to realize you're super early in this. We're talking about it's just the first country that's going into this. So we're the first country in the entire world, on Earth that is accepting it as a currency. So once we hit North America, Asia, Europe, you're going to see that 1.4 trillion. Probably have 2 zeros behind 100 trillion, something like that. Can you imagine that this goes up another 100x? There's going to be opportunities, but for these long terms, you're going to have to find. But like I said, 5 years. I said that earlier in the video. This was only 2 years. Could have bought it for a penny. Even now, it's sitting at $1.37. It's a lot of money to put a lot of money into it. Fortune. You could have caught profit on a lot of these dips. Up, down. You can always catch profits. But you can always zoom out, especially in the crypto game. You have to zoom out. It might look like a nightmare tomorrow morning. You might wake up and then we're sitting at 1.4 trillion up here. It might be 1.2. Then next Friday we'll be sitting at 2 trillion. It is up and down. Just zoom out.
They say when in doubt, zoom out. I appreciate every single one of you for staying on here. I'm glad you guys are asking questions. This will be uploaded tonight or tomorrow. I'm going to be uploading the Polkadot video within the next hour or two. Do have a couple things I got to do, and I'm going to get straight to that video. I already made the video, just got to edit it, and it will be up. But yes, we will let you know about Everrise. If I hope that's how you say it. But again, thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Crypto Cliff Notes. I will see you guys at the top because you guys know the rest. The bottom is way too crowded. We will no longer participate. It's a rat race. I'll see you guys there. Much love. Peace.
See.